Yo, what's going on, guys? And oh my God, is the news everywhere? Monte Morris was just traded and Monte Morris and Will Barton was just traded in exchange for Contavious Caldwell Pope and a Smith from the Washington Wizards. Can you guys believe it? We're waiting over here for our man Jackson to join us. Damn, today the NBA is gonna be extreme. Okay, I've already uploaded 4 videos onto YouTube. We're probably gonna have 4 more coming today. We'll probably have 10 videos, but man, oh man, what a day it is today. The NBA is as exciting as all hell. Okay, every single day when you watch the NBA, there's something new, something unforeseen, something unexpected, and that is what's gonna be exciting about all of this. Waiting for our boy to hop on, and yes, tomorrow, free agency begins at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I wonder what's going to happen right there, but it will be interesting. Thank you for anybody who has joined us today. We are a daily live show going 9:30 Central Time, 10:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 Mountain Time, and 7:30 a.m. Pacific Time. If you guys want to catch us anywhere, we are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and any other place you get your podcast from. Go check us out on there. Thank you. Be a friend, tell a friend, and if you didn't like the show at all, just forget about it. Now, let's go through these rumors and let's talk about it. First off, Denver. The deal's obviously waiting approval, but it's basically Monte Morris and Will Barton go to Washington in a deal for Contavious Caldwell Pope and Ish Smith. And if Smith plays one game with the Denver Nuggets, it will be the most games, most teams or franchises a player has ever played for in his career being 13. Right now, he's played for 12. Now, the Blazers to offer Damian Lillard a 2-year extension over $100 million, having Lillard's one-time Team USA running mate Jeremy Grant from Detroit come along. Now, Portland's expected to give the All-NBA guard a 2-year contract extension that will be over $100 million. And they as well are keeping Jusuf Nurkic. Jusuf Nurkic, the starting center, is destined to be part of the Blazers' future, allegedly. All this is from Jake Fisher, so take it with a grain of salt, but he's signing a 4-year, $68 million deal with $17 million average, which is interesting in itself. Now, for the rest of this, we've heard that Fred VanVleet and Thad Young are returning to the Raptors, with Fred VanVleet expected to sign a $110 million extension with the Raptors. This is according to sources. And now, so there hasn't been any more news. I have everything next to me, but I do think this is going to be as interesting as all hell as we continue to figure out what is going on around the NBA. And tomorrow, the NBA free agency is going around. Also, I think this NBA free agency is going to be quite quiet, but I do think it'll be good. But man, waiting for Jackson. I think he's still asleep. I sent him another message to wake him up, but this is a lot harder when it's just yourself. Let me tell you that, okay? They don't tell you, "Hey, this is going to be easy," okay? No, they just kind of But anyway, so we're going to continue talking. I think today it's going to be an interesting day due to the fact that there's just going to be so many trades. Not so many trades, so many signings, I feel like, because everyone's going to be doing short-term deals. I think it will just be a very interesting day due to the fact that I think what people don't understand is everybody's is trying to build their roster up to next year's free agency. Next year's free agency is going to be huge. Okay, with that being said, you have to understand it's because the cap space is going to jump $50 million. Now, we're going to see, I think the trades like the Monte Morris and Will Barton trade is what you guys should be expecting. Don't think about blockbusters. I don't think there's going to be any blockbusters tonight or tomorrow in free. The biggest trade I see happening is Rudy Gobert, and every day that passes, I don't know if the Rudy Gobert trade is going to happen. So I expect this offseason to actually be trade-wise quite quiet, unlike people have reported. I think everyone's building up for next year, and it's going to be a big old thing. Now, hopefully Jackson wakes up so I'm not sitting here for the next next hour by myself. But I digress. I do believe that this is going to be a free agency that we see, yeah, there's going to be players who get multi-year deals, but I think it's going to be a majority of the time singular 1 year deals. Who's joined it? Yes. Wait, no, I did not see the Orlando Summer League roster. Let's pull that up. Orlando Summer. Shut up. Shout out Matt. Yo, what's up, Mr. 81? We're waiting for Jackson. He's literally still asleep. And yeah, so hopefully he wakes the hell up. Okay. I want to see, or I want to find the Orlando Magic Summer League roster. As you guys know, I did upload the Spurs Summer League roster from yesterday, and I cannot find anything about the Summer League on the Magic. I want to find the Magic Summer League. I really, really, I have no idea. I have, okay, wait. This is the NBA 2K23. Is that what it's named? The NBA 2K23 Summer League roster? If that's what it's named, that is freaking horrendous. Okay, Caleb Houston, Paulo Banchero, RJ Hampton, Devin Kennedy, Xavier Simpson, the man with the hook shot, Tommy Kuhs or Cons, Devon Daniels, Greg Malonowski. All right, no foreign guys this year. I thought we would have brought back Drew Timme. They bring, Daniel Oturo. I just found it on NBA.com. Daniel Oturo, okay, was a guy that I thought was going to be a poor man's Joel Embiid, but he just disappeared. Justin James he spent some time on the Sacramento Kings. I honestly think this summer league roster, the Orlando Magic, is weaker than it has been in the past. I thought last year's team was better. I know Caleb Houston, Paulo Banchero, and RJ Hampton are awesome. But Devin Kennedy, Xavier Simpson, Justin James, Daniel Oturo are all guys who were either drafted or been around the NBA for a while. There's also Emmanuel Terry. I've seen him in the NBA a little bit, and same with Aleem Ford. But the rest of the guys are just G Leaguers and overseas guys. So I'm interested to see who makes it. I just remember Orlando being so much fun to watch last year in the Summer League due to the fact that we had Drew Timme. And Drew Timme was awesome. And he actually, I think, played for the Lakeland team for a while. But it is going to be interesting. I'm going to send Jackson one more message. Just sent him a message saying pussy. Hopefully he wakes up. Yeah, Houston's going to be fun. I'm always a big fan of Summer League rosters. I'm also taking these headphones off because there's no point for me to have a headphone in if I'm by myself. But I'm a big fan of Summer League because we get to see a lot of the international players. People don't understand that during the Summer League isn't purposely scheduled to be in the middle of EuroLeague free agency. So this way, players who are overseas who have their draft rights or just want to try to see if they can make it to the NBA will come over, play in the NBA for the NBA Summer League to showcase their skills, maybe entice scouts to put them on a two-way contract or to bring them over or buy them out. And it's always interesting to see the Euro guys. I love Summer League because you get to see guys who we either drafted 2, 4, 5 years ago and they've been overseas and we get to see them a little bit. Of course, I love to see guys like, Xavier Simpson and Daniel Oturo who were either first round picks or second round picks but haven't been able to make that jump yet. But I do think sometimes the problem with, how do you put it, with a lot of this is figuring out if I like Summer League sometimes throws me off, I'll admit, because you don't know if you should play your rookies. Like I personally would always play my rookies, but some people don't like playing their young players more than one game at a time. So then it does become a juxtaposition. But now, for me, if we go back to the trade rumors, let's talk about everything that's going on in the NBA right now. As we guys recapped in the beginning of the show, I told you guys Monte Morris and Will Barton were traded to the Washington Wizards in exchange for Bradley Beal's best friend, Octavius Caldwell Pope, and Ish Smith. Ish Smith, if he plays one game for the Nuggets, he will set an NBA record for most franchise played in a career, being 13. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you guys think anyone won that trade? I think it was a win-win situation. Wizards got themselves a point guard that they've needed, and I actually made a video this morning saying the Wizards need to trade for Monte Morris and not go after Tyus Jones and DeJounte Murray. And as I was uploading it, the news broke, so I canceled the upload. I was like, there's literally no point in me uploading this video because it's now irrelevant. But I would like to say I called that, and I have championed the idea of Monte Morris being the point guard we've needed for weeks now. So shout out myself, but also I want to shout out Quinn Mayo for Quinn Mayo is awesome. You guys need to like if you guys are ever trying to make content, find journalists you can trust, and it really will go a long way. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, so supposedly Bobby Portis is destined to return to Milwaukee on a 4-year deal north of $40 million. Yes, north of $40 million according to Jake Fisher. These are all reports by Jake Fisher. So again, guys, always take whatever Jake Fisher says with a grain of salt because we have no idea if what he's saying is correct. But because you remember when Scotty Barnes called out his ass and made him look stupid. Okay, but I think the thing is people don't realize that a lot of these rumors are smoke screens, smoke screens created by other NBA executives to have guys put rumors or perpetuate rumors into the rumor mill so teams can think that something's actually going on. Like someone commented yesterday that they thought the whole Dejounte Murray thing was to gauge his value to see if he's worth a max extension. And I was like, I didn't even think about that, but that's actually so smart if it's so true. Like they don't know if they're fully committed to, extending him and if they want to see what his market value is, maybe this whole Dejounte Murray trade rumors are all fake and it's just the Spurs trying to gauge his market value to see what's a fair compensation for his next contract. And I think that was smart if that's true. And that was a smart comment by whoever commented that. And the Rockets, Bulls, and Magic are interested in Bamba, according to Matt. Bamba isn't going back to Orlando. I can tell you that for a fact. He's not going back to Orlando. I'd be shocked. It's just too much of a logjam for us right now. But personally, I do see the Bulls and Rockets being interested. Rockets probably could give him more money. The Bulls probably can tell him, hey, you can win games here. I know you haven't won much, but I think that's something that could entice him. Now, again, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What would you guys do if you were in their position? I know everything, it's definitely interesting to see how teams react to other teams per se targeting their former players. Like today, we just learned Lonnie Walker is not staying in San Antonio. We knew this basically already with the players that they had drafted, but it just kind of became, status quo that today, about after Jake Fisher reporting it, that they won't be bringing back our man, Lonnie Walker. Also, if at the 30-minute marker our boy doesn't join us, this might not be a full hour because I'll probably just get pissed off of just talking. No, I won't get pissed off. I could talk for hours on hours on hours by my end. It'll just be, this is a two-person show, and I'm not in the mood to carry a two-person show for an hour or more. But I thank you for everyone who's tuned in, who's watched. It means the world. I know a lot of you guys could be doing a lot of other things, but I do very much appreciate the fact that you guys are rocking with me right here. It means the world. If you guys want, keep commenting and keep answering questions, but we'll keep going through the list and talking about everything that we've heard on the rumor mill and why it could come to fruition. Now, people need to understand that these are rumors. They aren't exactly. But outside of San Antonio, there doesn't seem to be any active conversations going on about John Collins. John Collins seems to be staying in Atlanta. Collins was connected to Sacramento, Portland, Boston, and Brooklyn as they had all registered some sort of level of interest in Collins around the draft, but none of those teams appear far along with Atlanta on Collins deals at this point. And it seems like more than likely John Collins is going to be, for the foreseeable future, a Atlanta Hawks. And that's fine. I think that's the good thing. There was no point on moving on from him, but man, I will say this morning today has been an interesting morning to say the very least, because we've so much news. I woke up, I actually went to sleep, guys, at like 10 last night. I went to sleep at 10. Fell asleep on my couch watching Glenn Ross, right? And it's a movie with Al Pacino, Alec Baldwin, Ed Harris, and Jackie Lemmon, and Kevin Spacey. Holy crap, what a freaking cast in that movie. Fantastic. Glenn Ross. It's on Showtime for one more day, and it expires. So if you have Showtime, Amazon Prime, or Hulu. You can watch it. Go watch it. It's a movie about four real estate agents and their boss Kevin Spacey tells them that three of those guys, three worst real estate agents, are in a competition. The first place one gets a brand new Cadillac Eldorado. In second place, the guy gets a new steak knives. Third place gets fired. And Al Pacino's the top salesman, so like everyone's jealous of him. Great movie. I need to finish it. I woke up. I only slept 2 hours yesterday, so I had to catch up on some sleep. I don't sleep much. I only sleep 3 to 5 hours a night, sometimes 6, but I don't really believe in sleep. Probably not the healthiest thing, but I've been doing it for like a year now, so I'm good. Either way, yesterday on the Bulls shop, they put a Capella jersey. No way. No way. Matt, you're lying. Capella jersey on the Bulls Capella jersey. I gotta see if this went onto the internet. That is crazy if that's real. That is crazy. I mean, it could have been a bug, but if that was true, they're genius. They're genius. Whoever caught that photo of them putting it on their website. I can't see anything on the internet, but oh my god. Vince Carter's Orlando home got burglarized, like a burglary happened. He got robbed of $100,000 worth of items. That's so messed up. Also, I'm a big proponent of if I have money. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Shea Texan? Your boy freaking Jackson, Will Upton. He's asleep right now. Passed the fuck out in his bed, I bet. He's going to send me a message when he wakes up and be like, oh, shoot, dude, I'm so sorry. I'll be like, suck my dick. But no, guys. Also, I thought Clint Capella was beloved by Trae Young, okay? I didn't think Trae Young would have let Clint Capella be traded, but hey, obviously that seems like I'm wrong, but man, this free agency is random. I also feel like a bunch of players are going to get butthurt because of Jabari Smith Jr. You really think they're a clown franchise? I mean, right now they're thinking about getting rid of Julius Randle, which, I mean, yeah. I think that at this point they're going full court press for Jalen Brunson. Trading Nerlens Noel and Al Burks. Hey, shout out Detroit for being New York Knicks' best friends this offseason. Okay? And I mean, the Rockets, yeah, they need wing help, but you don't look. The Knicks are going to probably try to trade their guy for a not second round pick, for another first round pick because they gave up a first round pick. Supposedly the Knicks were the only team offering the Hawks a first round pick for Reddish. So I don't know if they could get anything back from Reddish. You know, I mean, it's not their fault, but I do find it's quite interesting to see what has happened there. But again, guys, I want to hear your thoughts in this whole situation. What do you guys expect from this team in the Knicks? Do you guys expect them to keep Julius Randle? I know they're not going to get at all. They're not going to be able to get themselves DeJounte Murray, as it's been reported. They're going to get themselves Jalen Brunson. And that's cool. Like, his dad's an assistant coach. He's, like, butt buddies with Derrick Rose. Supposedly Derrick Rose and him have, like, a Michael Jackson-esque relationship. I'm kidding. That was stupid. That was stupid. I just try to make, like, a Neverland relationship, but that's stupid. Someone's going to get butthurt, but either way. That was so stupid. Did you know Michael Jackson and Macaulay Culkin used to just hang out at Neverland? Macaulay Culkin said nothing ever happened, but I'd like to say that stuff probably happened. Like, I love Michael Jackson's music. I don't love it, but like, there's some songs like that I really go off. Smooth Criminal, Thriller, Beat It. Honestly, I like Eat It. I actually like Weird Al Yankovic a lot. I have a weird. Like, UHF is such a great movie. Like a surgeon, I made it through medical school. That's either I'm done. People were probably like, I don't care about Weird Al Yankovic. And he probably shouldn't. Weird Al Yankovic. YouTube spoofs would not be a thing if it wasn't for Weird Al Yankovic. Now let's move on. Minnesota is expected to have interest in Tyus Jones. Because Tyus Jones returned to Minnesota? Hell no. But I also made a video saying Washington wanted him, but then the Wizards went out and traded for Monte Morris. Like, I actually predicted that. So that was pretty cool. But also, if you guys are wondering why I'm looking down, I uploaded 4 videos to my YouTube channel this morning. 2 have been uploaded. 2 more are still uploading, and I'm making the thumbnails while talking to you guys on my phone on Photoshop. because I'm a sociopath and I have to multitask everything in life. But look, I do think everything is going to be all right for. I think teams like the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Atlanta Hawks, the Toronto Raptors gonna look the same. Also, Victor Oladipo is tomorrow. Free agency starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Central time, 4 p.m. Mountain time, and 4 p.m. West Coast time. Yeah, there you go. There you go, guys. So free agency is going to be wild, but as of today, Jabari Smith Jr. We are hearing already that guys like Victor Oladipo is leaving Miami, and Tyler Hero is getting an extension for $25 million a year. Damian Lillard is getting a 2-year extension for $100 million. Fred VanVleet's expected to sign a 4-year, $110 million deal. Thad Young is re-signing on a 2-year, $10 million deal. What else are we getting? We're hearing around the reports. There's a few more deals. Oh, Victor Oladipo's leaving, so they're going to try to target Danilo Gallinari and TJ Warren, the Heat, for a mid-level exception. And if there is an Atlanta Hawk trade, it would happen today because Gallinari has to be waived today. If not, his contract is fully guaranteed for the next season, but it's already partially guaranteed for $5 million if they waive him today. PJ Tucker would like to return to the Miami Heat, but money-wise, it doesn't seem like it's happening as he has multiple teams offering him $30 million over 3 years, and a player at this stage is probably going to take the most guaranteed money available, especially at 37 years old. Joe Ingles is expected to return to Portland, but there are plenty of other teams that have interest. Sharif Cooper, Theo Penson, Gabe Vincent, Omar Yurtseven, and Max Strus are all players who have, and Neemias Queta are all restricted free agents, as well as Malcolm Hill are all players who are getting, and Amir Coffey, and Nico Mannion, who spent the past season playing for Virtus Bologna in Italy after playing on a 2-way contract for the Warriors, and Chemzi Mietu also are all guys who either got qualifying offers and are restricted free agents now. Chemzi Metu actually it will become fully guaranteed if he's not waived today. However, Rokas Jokubaitis seems like he might be staying in Europe for another season as he will miss the Las Vegas Summer League, which is interesting in its own right because we know the fact that we thought Rokas Jokubaitis was going to come over right now, but it seems like that is not the case. Guys, I honestly think Boban is there as a marketing tool. And that's why I also think I was surprised Kai Soto wasn't brought in. I thought Kai Soto could be like Boban and utilized as a marketing tool, but it seems like they didn't agree with that thought. They didn't believe in that. But Boban, historically speaking, has like some of the most impressive per 36 minute stats, but he's a guy who plays isn't his career high 15 minutes a game in a season with the Clippers? And nothing against him. It's just that he doesn't have it. We have a similar problem with Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford's smaller, so his arguments more pisses you off more. But problem with Daniel Gafford on the Wizards is he first said he had sports-induced asthma, but then he admitted that he was out of shape. And a lot of people don't like that he's continuously been out of shape for a majority of his career. Oh yeah, and Boban Şengün will be good friends. It'll be funny to see Boban and Şengün play together because we know that is going to be funny. I agree with you guys. That will be funny. Also, I'm an idiot, and guys, I'm editing. I'm editing a video right now, and it's just, let me tell you, multitasking ain't the easiest thing in the world. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. Don't try to multitask. Shit ain't easy. But also, Şengün, shout out to him for being able to hold down that center spot. I honestly thought for a little we weren't going to be able to see Şengün stay at the center position because Paulo Banchero was going to come in. But them getting Jabari Smith, man, that worked out well for them because they were able to, keep themselves with Şengün. And we all thought Şengün has the possibility to be great. And yeah, I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. What do you guys think of all this information? What, in your opinions, is fugazi and what's going to happen? I do I do think it's going to be rather interesting to see what happens. But besides that, I think we all need to talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a big day because we're either going to see the big kahunas make moves or they're going to do exactly what I've been saying. Nothing's going to happen besides DeAndre Ayton and Colin Sexton and Jalen Brunson. The people that we expect to move will move. But what I expect won't happen is crazy trades like a Zach LaVine trade, or I'm honestly every day that passes with a Rudy Gobert trade not happening, the less and less likely I think about it actually happening. And I like the reason why is because it would have happened already. I don't think the value for Rudy Gobert is that high. And I don't think they're trying to do their best not to leak that to the press. But to me, I think everybody knows it, that it's just not working out in the sense that nobody really wants him. And I think the Jazz are like, damn, he's probably more valuable for us on the team than not on the team. And every day that passes by, that becomes truer and truer, in my opinion. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anything can. Oh, shit. Frames jumped, looked over. We're back. We're back. How long was I frozen for? Oh, we're freezing right now. Why are the frames jumping? Quite pissed off about this. I mean, right now, my whole computer is not... I'm on an iMac, and this is what sometimes pisses me off. I'm on a $2,000 computer, and sometimes you act like a fucking $500 computer. This is why I'm building a PC. Or that's the plan. Hopefully. But, okay, thanks. I froze for 1 second. Man, I've sat here for 30 minutes almost just talking to you guys, and thank you for it. Also, today's episode is powered by Red Bull. Red Bull. Oh, Jackson took the L today. Yes, Jackson seriously took the L. I will berate him. He'll be back tomorrow. He literally reminded me, show tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, show tomorrow. And so Jackson actually remembered. But today's show is sponsored by Red Bull. You guys will, something I will always champion. I will never sell out unless, you'll never see me drink Bang. The only energy drink besides Red Bull they would have to offer me a shit ton of money to ever sign would be NOS, because I fucking loved NOS as a child. I don't drink it as much anymore, but I would hold out for a Red Bull sponsorship. That's another thing. If you ever see Jackson and I have talked about this, the only way you'll ever see a sell out is for products that we actually use. Like, I have been offered Manscaped, and I know Jackson's been offered Manscaped, and for us, I know that's not at all worth it. I don't even care for that shit. That's one thing. I know this is NBA related. If I ever do any sponsorship deals or any brand deals or anything like that, it will always be on my terms, never on their terms. If they want to sponsor me, they're going to have to do what I want. They're going to have to do it my way. And that's how it's going to be. And B, I will only promote shit that I personally use and personally I'm not going to be someone who goes, oh, I love Best Fiends, spelled like best friends without an R. No, fuck no. I don't play phone games. Okay? If you want, I'm done. But yeah, so let's go. Oh, dude, that Red Bull though, woo, hits you in the teeth. There's some noise in here. Also, my dog is right next to me. Because Jackson isn't here, Jasmine, you're the co-host today. Let's just throw you on the TV. There you are. There you are, Pitbull Nation. That's her little chair we brought over and not built, but I put a blanket there. Dude, Royal Match uses cameos to get sponsors. Did you also see BetterHelp or one of the therapists? They paid the guy who does Anchorman, the one who says, bats are the chickens of the caves. They literally used him for a cameo to get sponsored. If I was a person doing cameo and these companies started trying to get me to do ad reads instead of actually reaching out to me, I would refund the money and tell them, go suck my dick. If you want me to do an ad read for you, pay me via my agent. Unless, obviously, if they're one of those cameo people who have $10,000 rates, then I completely understand that. But still, the cameo thing is so fucking stupid. All right. Let's actually get back to the NBA because that's why you guys are here. Also, what do you guys think about the Nerlens Noel Al Burks trade? Nerlens Noel Al Burks, I wasn't expecting that all to happen today, but I was kind of mind boggled. Also, I went and bought. I didn't go and spend $1,000, but I went and spent $30 on 2 packs of Juuls because I thought they got banned, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna quit. Like I started smoking nicotine when I was 12. I quit when I was 14. Then I quit again when I was 17. Then I quit when I was 19. So I've quit like 3 times already in my life. I haven't smoked a cigarette in 5 years. I've quit nicotine like sticks twice since college. Like I quit all during quarantine. I quit right before I went to college, and then I picked it up after quarantine and when I got back to college. So I quit from like 2017 to 2019, and then I picked it back up from 2019 till quarantine, quit all through quarantine. Then after quarantine, I picked it up. And like it's very easy for me to quit. It's more I have an oral fixation. And if I don't, oh, my frames dropped. Why is this happening? Why are my frames dropping? I'm fucking. Do you think, yeah, Nerlens Noel, I agree. It was kind of an L for both sides. And it was good to clear up. Okay, no, it wasn't an L for both sides. Okay, look. Right, both Matt and Jabari are saying really good things right here. Nerlens Noel and Al Burks. I think Nerlens Noel, Jalen Duren, and Isaiah Stewart and Marvin Bagley, great center rotation. But what Detroit just did was said, fuck it, we're not going to get Miles Bridges or DeAndre Ayton. We're actually pulled. That's what they did. They didn't say it out loud, but they basically told us by these trades that they're not going to go offer a max contract to anybody this offseason. And they're going to continue with the roster they have. And I think they kind of want to be, I'm trying to think of a young team this past season that had a good flux of young players and all. Basically, I think Detroit's trying to be the poor man's version of the Warriors, where they have a lot of young talent on the team, but a few veterans, and they try to mix them together and have a culmination of the two types of some vets on the team to help you guys. And look, I think a max contract for Jalen Brunson overpay, and I think the Mavericks are even saying that. But then they're coming out, and Jalen Brunson team is putting out rumors saying, hey, we actually think Jalen Brunson is only 50% of the way of reaching his potential because they believe that the reason why Jalen Brunson hasn't shown off more skill is due to, I'm like getting super pissed off that my frames are jumping. Super pissed off my frames are jumping. I'm just going to close out of I think it's Mozilla that's causing this. I'm going to quit from Mozilla. Get off my screen, Mozilla. You're like ruining my day. I have to like quit Mozilla. It's also, I should turn off my computer at nighttime more often. I think we're good. I closed Mozilla. Mozilla has quit, and like it's already so much better. But man, oh man. Okay, so Jalen Brunson says that he thinks that his game's only 50% of the way of being unlocked due to the fact that the only reason that he hasn't, reached his full-on potential is supposedly because he plays with the league's most ball-dominant guard in Luka Doncic. So they say. Okay, look. I think Detroit is trying to get out of the rebuild. I think Detroit... Look. Cade Cunningham is a superstar. Detroit needs to put everything on the table to keep Cade Cunningham long term. And the best time to start building a championship team is if you have a player on a rookie deal who's already basically an all-star player. Look how people in the NFL say, hey, if you have a good quarterback on a rookie deal, you should spend all your money on every other position to try to win a Super Bowl with that quarterback on a rookie deal. That's how I see the Pistons approaching this situation. The Pistons are like, look, Cade Cunningham is our quarterback on a rookie contract. We need to put a championship team around this rookie contract sooner rather than later so that by year 4, he isn't requesting a trade or leaving in free agency. Victor Wembanyama, I think right now the Rockets, Spurs, and Thunder are just like in a 3-man race for it. Matt, I don't know if DeJounte Murray's going anywhere. I think the whole DeJounte Murray thing was a fugazi. It was a facade. It was a mirage. It was fake. And why? I don't know if this is true, but somebody commented that they thought the only reason all these DeJounte Murray rumors are flying around, and it's just kind of funny how it went from being John Collins to Danilo Gallinari to Onyeka Okongwu, as what they were asking. And I think it was literally the Spurs trying to establish a market value on DeJounte Murray to give him a contract that they believe both sides is worthy. I bet you they were in contract negotiations. The Spurs lowballed them, and then DeJounte's camp was like, I'm worth way more than this. And the Spurs were like, all right, we'll be right back. We're engage your market value in trade talks with other teams. We aren't going to trade you. We're just going to see what your value is. And if whatever they value for you for, like equivalent to, we'll pay you that in return. And I think that's it. Yeah, I agree. I'd rather overpay DeJounte Murray for a fact, and it's because he's more of the two-way player. But I do think it's interesting as all hell. Again, this morning, the Monte Morris, people don't realize how important having a capable point guard on your team is. Look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Minnesota Timberwolves probably would have gone farther in the playoffs if we didn't have a legit bum playing point guard for us in the playoffs, aka D'Angelo Russell. Like, you were horrendous. Like, it wasn't even a laughing matter. You were pretty fucking bad. That was awful. I've never been so upset. Like, he was so bad. And, like, I think that's why you're seeing more and more teams going after an actual point guard, because they all know, holy crap, this is all shit that they need to fix, okay? Point guard is so important. Brooklyn D'Lo. I don't know if that was the case of I'm so confused why my stream is saying I have unstable connection when I have full fucking bars. I'm really fucking pissed. I'm about to go landline. I have the master bedroom in my apartment, or it's a condo, but I rent it. Somebody owns the condo. I rent the condo from them, so I guess it is an apartment. I explained this so much, and I know nobody gives a fuck. And but yeah, I don't know if we should keep going. Okay, guys, I want you to spitfire questions at me. I'm going to do my best to answer all of them. Well, I will answer all of them. And we'll call this, maybe we'll go for an hour. But all in all, I do want to say thank you for sticking around. I know it's just me. I know I'm just an asshole. And I'm thankful that you guys are all taking your time to come watch this, because you could be doing so many other things in the morning. Like, in the morning, I used to watch Batman the animated series from like the 90s. And I get stoned. I don't get as stoned in the mornings anymore, just because I record in the mornings now a lot more. And not that I don't make videos stoned. I love making videos stoned. I don't give a fuck. Some people are over here like, don't do drugs. You're doing drugs. How do you suck? But either way. But yeah, okay, let's just hop right into more. Let's refresh the page. So Denver has had its eye on Contavious Caldwell-Pope at least since trade deadline of the last season. And speaking of Batman, is Gotham good? I've never watched Gotham. I'm a huge CW guy. And I know, correct me if I'm wrong, Gotham, Green Arrow, all those are CW. My girlfriend and I love CW shows. Love it. I've seen every season except the last season of Supernatural. I need to watch it, but I'm on season 10 now with my girlfriend of Supernatural. She hasn't seen it before. Gilmore Girls, One Tree Hill, Desperate Housewives wasn't. Sup, Aaron Barton. Just me today, boy. Jackson slept in, yes. But yeah, there's a lot of good CW shows. I love the CW. If you guys have any shows, recommend them to me. I'm a big movie guy. I like shows. I'm a big like in-betweeners guy. Chris Tilley. I like real anything by Danny McBride. I've seen all of Danny McBride's shows. Vice Principal, Eastbound and Down, Righteous Gemstones. And yeah, Summer League rocks. I will be. Jackson got me in this idea, and you guys have all seemed like you've been receptive to the idea. I will be live streaming a majority of the Summer League games from right here. I have right here, I have a second monitor. I actually have a third monitor. This is actually a monitor back here, but it's one of those weird, like, safe adapters or whatever it's called. It looks like a HDMI thing, but then it, like, slants, and it's, like, so weird. I need to set that up, but I'm also thinking about just getting a PC because I want a third computer. I'm about to buy two. I bought like this MacBook 2 years ago, and I'm about to buy a new MacBook. I bought an iMac last year. And I kind of want to build a PC and buy a new MacBook, but that's just me being fucking ridiculous with money. And I'll go check out. What do you call it? Gotham. I will admit I couldn't finish the new Batman. I tried watching it with Robert Pattinson, and I have been berated by some people, but my girlfriend and I tried watching it, and literally this was the first 30 minutes of the movie. I made it to the first hour, and I was just like, I'm not going to watch the end of this. But it was like, this city is like, it was literally Robert Pattinson, first like 45 minutes of the movie was Robert Pattinson just going around, driving on his motorcycle, and going, I'm the hero that the city talking in this. Everything seems so desolate. I ride on my motorcycle. I'm a billionaire fighting crime. Like that's like the whole time. And I was just like, shut up. Like, and like they were giving you the whole backstory of Batman. Like I know how Batman became fucking Batman. I think they've told it to us like 30 times at this point. Yeah. The Rockets League summer lineup. Also, Josh Christopher. I think Josh Christopher could be a great pick. Josh Christopher, people don't realize what he was or what he was meant to be. So Josh Christopher coming out of college was actually a borderline first-round pick. I had a first-round grade on him. I just thought he was very inefficient. And coming out of Arizona, he's a great player, great guy. But one of the things people don't realize was he always, in my opinion, was over measured. So listen to this. Coming out of high school, he was a 6'5", allegedly a 6'6" shooting guard, okay? At 215. Everyone's like, oh, he's like huge. When he came into the draft, part of the reason why he fell to the second round, we found out that, I guess you could say, they lied. And he was actually 6'3". That's why I think Josh Christopher fell in the draft, because I guess he lied about his measurements, because he came in, he measured, he had a 6'8" wingspan, but he's 6'3". He's technically 6'4" with shoes on, but for a while we thought he was 6'5", 6'6" in college. And there's no problem about it. It's just when you're that. NBA Insider is a weird job. Which dude from Twilight? Oh, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, Robert Pattinson. He's in a bunch of other good stuff. That the Lighthouse movie that's in black and white. That's a good one. NBA Insider is a weird job because half the shit you're saying is... So, being Shams Charania and Woj is awesome. But because you get actually fed the truth. Like, people actually feed you the truth. But being a guy like Jake Fisher or all the wannabe NBAs... All the people who want to be like Woj and Shams... They get fed misinformation, and they might be aware of it. They might not be aware of it, but teams use guys that aren't like Shams and Woj to start smoke screens and rumors so it can benefit them in trade talks. And I think it's interesting. Like, look at this. Chicago Bulls. Also, AHN Fire Digit. I mean, they just repost. They kind of do what I do, but in article form where they just repost. But the thing is supposedly Mo Bamba to the Raptors or the Bulls. What up, Hendricks knows ball? What up? Just me today. Jackson slept in. And yeah, Aaron, I would never want to be an NBA insider. I would like to have connections inside the NBA, but I wouldn't want to be an NBA insider. You're basically a guy who just stares at his phone all day. Again, this is why I want to. We do this NBA show because hopefully in the next few months I can create a reel and then pitch this to Sirius XM. And yeah, Will, Will's a fucking bitch. Fell asleep. Jackson, uh, it's so funny. Yeah, Will, aka Jack, aka Jackson, is still asleep. I've actually texted him 3 times. Has not woken up. I thought about calling him, but I'll let the kid sleep. And yeah, so what do you guys think so far of everything that's happened so far? I think it's definitely an interesting situation or juxtaposition that we're seeing with all these NBA players, all the rumors like Victor Oladipo supposedly leaving the Heat, and they're targeting Danilo Gallinari and TJ Warren. And if you guys want to see, I've made a video about that I'm uploading right now. Yeah, it's part beggar, part reporter. Yeah. Do I want to work for ESPN? I mean, obviously, so for me, the goal is I'm going to keep growing my online presence because sports media is really, really hard. It's really, really hard for me, not for me, just people in general, to break into the sports media industry. And right now, they're kind of going through a phase where they're trying to get as much women into the sports business, for better or for worse, you could say. Like, I have no problem. My main channel is Cyro Asseo. It's in the link right below. Cyro Asseo is just my name, Cyro Asseo, and it's linked in the description. But the problem with ESPN is it's very bureaucratic. Like, I would do an affiliation. Like, obviously, if they offered me enough money, like, for me, it's, how do you put this? I'm a journalism major. Yes, my major is news and information with a focus in sports media. I won't get a sports media job unless, like, I won't apply for a sports media job. What I'm going to do personally is I'm going to continue growing this online presence, this NBA show, my YouTube channel, to the point where they can't ignore me. And my goal is to create a Sirius XM show and basically be the Pat McAfee of the NBA, and just continue. Like, I'm interviewing NBA beat writers now, and I'm doing more and more things, getting connected around the NBA. And obviously, if I work for when I'm trying to launch my Sirius XM show, I struck a deal with either Fox Sports or ESPN, which is something I will pitch to them, but more than likely not. They won't want to do it because I do cuss. Is I want to be on the radio Monday through Friday. And yeah. Oh, okay. I can link my channel. Also, the Magic. I have 3 favorite teams right here. I got my Wizards Jordan jersey that I got as a kid, stitched. I'm a big Wizards fan because in 2009 I moved from Florida to Maryland. This is the first basketball game I ever went to. Wizards versus Magic. My first 5 years of watching basketball was Magic basketball. My first jersey I ever got was a Timberwolves Kevin Garnett jersey. I was born in Minnesota, so I'm a Timberwolves, Magic, Wizards fan. My dad's a diehard Celtics fan because he went to college in Boston, and his roommate's dad worked for the front office, so my dad has a lot of pictures of him behind the Celtics bench in the 80s. And he's like a diehard Larry Bird fan. So that's why my fandom's all over the place. And I'll link my channel to the main channel, but if you guys scroll to the bottom of the description, underneath it, Will's channel is my channel. And yeah, so obviously the goal for me is to get on the radio, but you guys also have to understand that I am trying. And my girlfriend just texted me. Reply. 1 second. My girlfriend's, I'm not going to tell you what she's doing for me because I could get in trouble, but she's doing something for me, school related, and she's just texting me. But either way, damn, guys, we're almost up to an hour. So well, look at this. We did an hour show without Will here, aka Jackson. But yeah, so the goal is for me is to have a radio show. But the also thing is I write screenplays. Like here, I can read you guys one of my screenplays I'm writing. I've written 3 movies now. Well, 3 movies. I've written 3 movies, 2 completed. And right now I'm working on a screenplay right here. If you guys want to see it. That's kind of how, you guys can't probably see it, but that's kind of how a screenplay looks like when you're like working on it. And I also want to be, I've taken acting like courses at my college. I was trained by Tamima Feldman, a Yale graduate. And yeah, so Reddit. This is MacBook's like 2 years old. This is the 2020. I need to get a new MacBook, but because I need the one with the adapters. I have like so many adapters here, like it's unreal. Like if I can pull it out. Oh fuck. God damn it. I'm getting like so many messages from everybody. You like the Rockets for the NBA and the Niners. My dad's a huge Niners fan. My dad swears Joe Montana and Dan Marino are the 2 greatest quarterbacks behind Tom Brady because he's fallen in love with Tom Brady. And now, tell me all you got. My favorite NFL team. That's hard. I'm a Vikings fan. Okay, first Vikings fan because the first year I ever watched football was Brett Favre on the Vikings. I'm a diehard Brett Favre fan. And second team is the Baltimore Ravens because I lived in Baltimore for 10 years. And then I'm kind of an Eagles fan due to the fact that my neighbors who got me into football, who live across the street, like from in my neighborhood across the neighborhood road, we're Eagles fans. So I grew up from like 2009 to like 2017 every day watching football at their house because they had Sunday ticket. But yeah, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this up. But what an episode. I want to tell you guys, let's just look through the rumors one more time. Let's see if anything has came out and anything else is about to talk about. There's really, I don't know, much to talk about. So yeah, Mo Bamba. Oh, Mo Bamba. I've identified Orlando's Mo Bamba as the top target for Houston, according to Kelly Aiko of The Athletic. I think the writing is on the wall for Bamba with the Magic. His jersey number 5 has already been given to Paulo Banchero, the first overall pick. Wendell Carter signed that extension, and there's already a ton of length in Orlando's front court. Adding Bamba to next season group would create a logjam. And look, you need to understand that at 24, it's kind of tricky, but Bamba fits the Houston's youthful timeline. And he was surprisingly an effective floor spacer, shooting 38% from arc on 4 attempts per game. Yeah, his rim protection's a bit iffy at times, but he's still developing, and he's way better than anybody else at defense in that area last season. And Bamba's already generating a slew of teams that want him, so pretty crazy. And yeah, I agree, Şengün should start. I think Bamba could go. If you're trying to grow your channel, I would just say just consistency and be yourself. The day I stopped caring was the day my YouTube channel started growing. Like I used to try so hard on my YouTube videos, like so hard. And then quarantine March 27th, 2020 hit. And that was the first day I pressed record on my computer and stopped caring. And since that day, my channel's grown. I'm on pace in 310 days to be at 20,000 subscribers, and it's awesome. And I'm very much excited for it. And the only reason the Nuggets Magic trade, you mean the Nuggets Wizards trade, bud? So the winner of the Nuggets Wizards trade, I think it's a win-win situation. Contavious Caldwell-Pope is a guy that the Nuggets wanted. He's a 3-and-D guy. He replaces Will Barton. And then Ish Smith, if they keep him or if they waive him, Ish Smith is a good backup point guard. But basically, the whole thing is Wizards need to throw another small salary to have this trade executed before the end of June. Doing so would allow Denver to generate a $15.6 million trade exception by sliding Ish Smith into the $8.2 JaMychal Green trade exception. And And the thing is you have to understand that like Monte Morris and Will Barton, yes, they're offensive driven, but we needed a point guard. I think it's a win. It's a win-win because the Nuggets needed more defense and they needed a backup ball handler. And you could argue Ish Smith fills that role on a cheap deal, or they can waive him, or you know, and this is crazy. The Nuggets are now just. I'm not getting a PC. I'm building a PC. You should never buy a PC. You should build it. You should always build any PC. It'll cost you less money. I think it's going to cost me $400 to build this PC. And it's going to have 64 gigabytes of fucking RAM, a terabyte hard drive, okay, an AMD and GeForce or whatever, GeForce or whatever the fuck. Dude, I've not built a PC in like 8 years. I used to build PCs in middle school for fun. That's another thing. When I was in middle school, I just used to play. I used to fuck around with computers. Yeah, pre-built is such an L. You don't buy pre-built. Like the only time you ever get a pre-built is if you go to college, go to your college's surplus. Every college has a thing. It's called surplus. Search it up. It's basically everything on campus. There's these people who go pick it up and move it, and when they get new shit, they have to go like take out the old shit and they put it in a warehouse, and it's called like for us it's called KU surplus. It's when they have surplus and they sell it or they just give it away, and you can go over to the surplus and be like, hey, do you have any old PCs? And they usually will give you them for free or for like $10 a pop, and you can take that pre-built. It's usually like an Optiplex 520 or whatever, and you can rip that thing apart and throw in more RAM, maybe change your graphics card and put in a few other things. And that can be a really cheap way to alter a pre-built PC. But the best way is just to build your PC from scratch. Okay, I'm wrapping up the show. I have nothing else to talk about. I do want to make some YouTube videos. I hope you guys do have a great day. Thank you. Scotty Barnes is a custom PC. Let's look at that. Let's look at Scotty Barnes custom PC. I don't even know. Am I like missing something? I have no idea. I've never seen that. No problem. No problem. Yeah, I think for but no, definitely I think it's a win for both sides. The Nuggets needed more defense, and they get 3-point shooting while not losing. They get defense with some 3-point shooting while not losing too much scoring. Conte Vaz, Caldwell Pope's two-way player. The Wizards get the players that they've needed in Will Barton and Monte Morris, even though they lose some defense. Okay, guys, that is it from me. I have nothing else to talk about. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. You know, didn't expect it. Thought Will would have been here, but you got to hang out with a crazy guy for an hour. And a lot of you stuck around for a good haul. So I'm leaving. Goodbye. Have a great day. In case I don't see you. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.